And now, Kelsey to the stage, a true comedian. Give it up for Kelsey.
I don't like the mic stand. It just gets in my way. All right, what's up, ghosts and ghouls? In honor of TBD's Halloween special, I'm going to be doing some spooky comedy this evening for you. So if it's not very funny, it's thematic, that's why. But yeah, Halloween's coming up. I want to do a plug really quick. So some of you may know, as part of Raven Café, Raven Productions is also Raven Sound Studio. Give it up for Raven Sound Studio. Dylan Ludwig, sound engineer over there. I work with him over at the Federal. They got a great Halloween show coming up on Halloween night over at Raven Sound Studio. That's on Marina Street, right next to the Hacienda Hotel. That's going to be around 7. It's $10. Got a great lineup. We got Me TV. They played here at the Raven. Come on, give it up for Me TV, the local band. You guys know them. Me TV, super reverb, ugly, and Terror Sweat. So sounds like a great Halloween show. I'll be working there, so come check it out. Thanks. Yeah, Halloween. Around this time of year, I love to watch scary movies, scary television. Anyone else like the spooky stuff? Any Walking Dead fans in here, in the room? No? Played out? I know, I'm watching the new Walking Dead stuff on AMC Plus. I like The Walking Dead personally. As I like to call it, How to Become Amish in 10 Days. Really shows you how to survive. I think with the zombie apocalypse though, it's not really the zombies that kill you, is it? It's just poor decisions. Because the zombies aren't doing a lot. They're just hobbling along, you know. They're basically Roombas with teeth. And there may be a lot of them, sure. But eventually, you get bit by a zombie because you fucked up somewhere along the way, right? You're like, oh my god, there's zombies everywhere. Let's quarantine ourselves in the basement. Like, no, bitch, there's zombies there too. What's wrong with you? But Halloween is a great time to dress up in costume. Everyone got their Halloween costumes ready to go, I'm sure. I'm always last minute myself. You got the classics. My little brother was always a vampire for Halloween. Classic Dracula vampire. Halloween is a great example of how vampires are very unkempt creatures, right? Because, you know, you may have the cape and the widow's peak, but the defining characteristic of the vampire is just a slight dripping of blood down the face, right? You're like, that's a fucking vampire right there. Like, are they not washing their face? What's happening? Just going after you feed on a person and you're just, that's it. I don't need to clean up. You know, look in a mirror, buddy. Right? Oh! You guys caught on. You caught on to that joke. One of the most famous vampires is Blade, the vampire hunter. Give it up for Wesley Snipes. Blade did anyone grow up with Wesley Snipes as their de facto father as well? Because it's just me, okay. Yeah, Blade is notorious as the day walker, right? He's a vampire, but he can walk in the sun and not get burned. I've discovered that I'm actually the opposite of Blade, the vampire hunter. As you can see, I'm very Caucasian, and the sun burns me a lot when I go out. So they call me the shade walker, really, in my social circles. Kelsey, the shade walker. I have no Brandon. Where'd you go? Good joke. Yeah, I love doing religious jokes myself. If you've seen me before, you probably know this. But I've noticed that although Christianity is very popular, there's tolerance for things outside of Christianity nowadays, right? So like Halloween's a great example of that. There's more of a pagan tolerance we have nowadays. But it's funny because people often conflate Christianity and paganism, right? But they're two different things. Paganism predates Christianity. So a lot of people think if you're a witch, you're worshiping the devil, but he hadn't showed up yet. You know? Satan's your guy. Don't put that on me. Any witches in the audience tonight? Witches? Girls, I'm looking at you. Sadie? Yeah, a lot of girls nowadays identify as a witch, which is fine. Fine by me. Have I dated witches in the past? Of course I have. That's why I'm doing comedy now. Am I single now? Absolutely. But yeah, a lot of witches nowadays. It's important to be upfront about what kind of witch you are, ladies and men. You know, some men are witches, but mostly the ladies. Because are you the type of witch that sells candles on Instagram, or are you the type of witch that sacrifices ravens in the name of Asmodeus? Because it's a very important distinction, ladies. Anyone seen a ghost or had a paranormal experience?
They don't exist. They're all fake.
Ghosts are not real? I believe in ghosts. I haven't had that shocking, phantasm experience personally. A lot of people think the Federal is haunted. I work over there. I definitely heard some stuff. But I always thought it would be cool to see a ghost. But especially like a Civil War ghost, you know what I mean? But then I imagine if you were haunted by a Confederate ghost, how awkward that would be, because you're still alive and it's in the future. You know, if they just died in battle and they're haunting you, you're like, it's okay, you need to move on, man, the war's over. He's like, but we won, right? And you're like, yeah, about that. He's like, but our statues still memorialize us, right? Yeah, we should probably talk about. But our flag's still cool, right? No. Yeah, you should I'm gonna go to bed, bro. Yeah, that's it for me, thanks, everyone. I'm Kelsey Knudsen, Halloween special at the TBD show.